Georgie and Mandy's first marriage co-creator Steve Holland reveals why Sheldon Cooper didn't return for the spin-off's Thanksgiving episode. The CBS sitcom switches up the formula from young Sheldon, going from single camera to multicam and bringing in a live studio audience. But so far, Georgie and Mandy has links to the original. Missy, Reagan Revord, Mary, Zoe Perry, and Nima, Annie Potts, have all made regular appearances so far. But although he's been referenced, Ian Armitage's Sheldon Cooper has not appeared just yet. In an interview with TVLine, co-creator Steve Holland opened up about why Sheldon doesn't appear during Georgie and Mandy's Thanksgiving episode, even though the holiday premise allowed it a natural avenue to prominently feature other returning young Sheldon characters. Holland, who created the multicam comedy with Chuck Lorre and Stephen Molaro, explains that the inclusion of Sheldon could have ended up hurting the story because it made sense for the story we were trying to tell. Because the family is splintered after the death of Georgie and Sheldon's father, George Sir Lance Barber. The story of the episode involved their mother Mary, Zoe Perry, not wanting to get together with her family and celebrate Thanksgiving, something that likely would not have happened if Sheldon had come home from Caltech that year. Read Holland's full quote below. Thanksgiving, as it's simply titled, tells a similarly simple story. Mary is struggling to move forward following the death of her husband, George, in the young Sheldon finale. Georgie, Montana Jordan, wants the family to spend the holiday together, but it brings up too many memories for Mary. In the end, a middle ground is reached, and the episode ends with Georgie, Mary, and Missy visiting George's grave. However, this story would indeed have played out very differently if the entire cast had reunited. Thanksgiving, which is directed by Mark Jendrowski, with writing credits shared by Holland, Molaro, Jim Reynolds, and Connor Kilpatrick, explains that Sheldon is away at university and can't make it. His presence would have been more of a special occasion, shifting Mary's feelings about the entire event. There will be a time when Ian Armitage should be brought into the Georgie and Mandy cast, if only to confront the complicated relationship between Sheldon and Georgie. However, so far, his absence allows the spotlight to shine elsewhere, bringing other characters to the fore who weren't the focus of young Sheldon. Ultimately, it seems likely that Ian Armitage will follow the lead of his fellow former Sheldon, Jim Parsons, and refrain from appearing on screen in the new spin-off until a pivotal moment. However, the star is not currently attached to any upcoming projects that have been officially announced. While it is possible that he could appear in his original role as Ziggy Chapman in HBO's rumored Big Little Lies Season 3, that project has not yet come to fruition. It seems more likely that he would appear in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 or beyond, giving the new show time to establish its own identity before yoking it back to the iconic Big Bang Theory character. As the first show in the universe not to feature Sheldon as a central character, it is important to let it develop its own sensibility organically. However, the show has not yet been renewed for any further seasons, and should the ratings struggle, it seems probable that producers will try to get Armitage to reprise his role sooner rather than later.